Robot check. Testing testicles, testing. Testicles 1, 2. Microphone looks like it's working. Good Saturday morning. Hope everyone's doing wonderful. It's time for a bit of Satisfactory. I've done a decent amount. I've done about 2 hours worth of work this morning. Boring work, if you ask me, but it's still work to be done. I've been working on the whole conveyor belt system at the base again. So, trying to get rid of all of this and use a centralized input and externalized output setup. I think I got over to here. I got done with this side. Well, with what we're actually faking, and I was going around the base working on putting the outputs into that output belt now. I think that's where I'm going to pick right back off. I've been trying to identify what is an output. Now, yeah, before I left to go to the store, I had identified these two as an output. Now I need to get them on the output belt. And they're dead center, which sucks. Because now I'm going to get them. We don't have anything else outputting over here. So I think we're going to make these join each other. And go over there. So if we merge these two, right here, what level are these? Oh yeah, we're doing pretty much all outputs as Mark 4. Work on getting this over here. That's a Mark 4, right? Oh, that's a Mark 2. Ew, let's upgrade it. We can get rid of that. I have the least intrusive way to do this. That's probably it. That's kind of what I was looking for, so do that. And then let's take this. Oh, we have a merge over here. Put a merge over here as an input. Why are you angry and snapping on me? Quit snapping. That's why you're probably one reason you're angry. Hold on, which direction is this thing traveling? Yeah, it's traveling that way. 5. Oh, you're less angry now because I'm not copying something. Put that right there. Get those machines back in the output. Oh Lord, that's screws. Screws and rods. I think it's one of the last things I needed outputting. Alright, what else is an output? This looks like an output. We still got to deal with the inputs also. Alright, so that's all inputs. We got the screws, right? Yeah, we got the screws right there. Have fun. for sure. Should I merge it into that one? Or should I make it give it its own one? If I give it its own one, it's safer. No, that's an input. How is that an input? Or was it? Oh, that's an input. Shit. These are the outputs on this side. Okay, that's modular frame production, okay. Those are kind of already merged right here, so we may just use that. Maybe. I'm gonna get rid of the belts as I go, so I know what I'm taking care of. It will become less and less spaghetti-fied in here as I go. What's this? Alright, I just made that. I just was fucking with this. Let me get rid of that. I don't get confused. Right, that's an output and that's an output. What are those? Are those outputs also? Those are inputs. That's an output. And that's an output. Right, both of these on this edge are outputs. I don't think it matters. The only thing that matters is what could matter. Matters because it offsets the damn thing. What do you mean? What did I do wrong here? Hold on. Yeah, your input right there, your output's right there also. Yeah, what are you talking about? There you go. Must have put something on there wrong. Alright, these two are outputs. I believe we confirm that. I'm gonna stick that input as an output. Yeah, those two are both outputs. Those are inputs. way? I don't know. Nope, that's what I wanted to avoid. I think that's why I had it turned the other way. And we're going to quickly overload that belt. I'll probably put a second belt underneath it for high count items, like should take the screws and like screws, iron plates, rods, and put those on another belt underneath it probably. Alright, so output. We got those outputs tied in. We got those outputs tied in. These all are outputs. Where do they go down? Right here. Does it matter, or should I join them? The belt's going to always be moving, so I don't necessarily need like all of these outputs separated like this. I could really put them all underneath like this one, and I think I will. This will minimize the amount of belts that are running underneath the thing. We got the belt is making an endless loop around the base, but it's also not endless because it goes into the sink for things that back up. So where these are sitting idle right now, eventually they're going to be sitting there. Probably don't need this. You know, now that I think about it, we probably don't need this double merger down here. No, if we bring them all down there into mergers, that takes up more room down here, and I have less room. Yeah, I should merge them all up here and then bring them down through the one. So yeah, this right here was preemptively put here, or prematurely put here. To minimize the holes we're poking in the thing. Giggity. We'll poke one hole and then bring it over here to a singular merger. This is all outputs. So I could almost I might be getting too damn creative right here. But I could almost take the outputs, like the fact that we're going to have multiple mergers down through here, I could almost do away with all this, and that would negate even more spaghetti underneath. But I may be getting a little too fancy with that. Oh, they're facing each other. So if I put a merger here, bring both those outputs together. Put a merger here. Hear me out, hear me out. We connect that. This can go into here. And as we go down through here, we can take some of these outputs on that side and tie them into this, and we have a single spit out at the very end of this conveyor with one lift. I think that is loads better than the original design. Maybe it gets backed up and I don't know. I mean, we're dumping a lot of shit on our belt there. If it was all the frames and stuff, it'd be no problem. The issue is the fact that I think I really do need to put a. Yeah, so now we're doing away with this also. My poor jetpack does not like making this jetpack. I forget what I was saying. It'd be nice if I wound up with these. I could make it. Should I? What's underneath this? Nada. YOLO. You only build once. Woo! Oh, it's not. Oh, well, it kind of will line up with these. You can have a little wiggle waggle in it, right? As long as these will connect and not look like dicks. That's going to be a line, or these mergers are. So the belts are harder to keep organized than the damn machines are. So I think this is better. I started to align it to the machine. That's much better. Offset over here though. I mean, as long as it keeps going in, it'll be alright. That's what she said. How about them apples? Oh. Your ass is slow. I think that's a different recipe than I'm using in the other plant that's making these. Alright, now we have the single deal. We don't even need a freaking splitter, right? Our merger right there. I'm gonna put one there just in case there's another output or something. And make it face this direction so we can tie it in easily. There we go. Now that's spitting out on there. I handled all of these outputs. I don't think we have anything on the third floor yet. We made the third floor for the manufacturer and everything, but I think we decided to make that other facility, and then we decided not. Well, yeah, we started to make it, but we never did do anything with it when we made that over there. Well, we went to make it over there, but then we decided it would be better to be done over here. So. That's probably already full. We need to go sometime today and go look for more Mercer spheres. All that's feeding into dimensional things. Thanks for holding the elevator. Two. Bless you. These are all inputs that we got to get figured out. Alright, here's a whole nother string of outputs. We need to do the same thing here. We got done with this, right? Minus this side, I'm not going to fuck with this right now. All of these are on this single input line. Our output line. Now we can do this side over here. Potentially the same way. We're already good to right here. That one's going to be turned a different direction. That one's going to be turned a different direction. Alright, that's enough. Up. That's why I don't use the mass thing unless I'm doing like foundation or something. Alright, so you output there. I know I'm not doing this correctly on the little dot again, but I can with these guys. Did I get that moved? No. Now all of them will probably be in one direction. Ooh, I almost did it again. I mean, did that not work out, or did that not work out? I feel like that worked out. unnecessary, but we have the materials. Only throttle. I could actually probably use 2 throttle these down. Throttle speed down on them. We might actually do that. These are only putting out 15 per minute. I think we throttled the speed down on these to help with the belt overloading. We're not using rods for anything, so them getting to us, I don't think we're using rods for anything. Them getting to us, or in this dimensional upgrade thing, is not exactly a pressing matter. You also have to ask if we're not using them, why in the hell don't I make so many of them? We must use them somewhere. Getting the screws now, right? How many fucking rods are we making over here? Now it goes in the screws. This should be cast screws. Yeah, this is cast screws. Alright, what are we making over here? Iron plates. I think I already did this one. I already did this one. Alright, so this one's already done. We just did this one. Oh, well, I was about to say, why is it moving? Where's that coming from? Oh, that's the old stuff I haven't tore down yet. That's the new one. And there it moves. Alright, so all of this is going around this base. Alright, the first portion of our base that we built. It splits off right here into a sink. That way we don't have any backlogs. All of that stuff's being fed immediately into our dimensional storages. The only thing is I ran out of the things to make these right here. So this side has not been set up like that yet. So it's going to dump off into that. It's going to run all the way around all 3 sides of our base, all 3 branches of it. And then as it gets to our containers, it splits off using smart splitters and goes into its respective storage containers. And then the center line here is what's being imported from the trucks. And now once we get done handling all the outputs, we're going to run a line down the center here on all 3 sides that feeds the machines up top. I think it's just, I'll look at the amount of belts we've already cleared off the top of this thing. Ridiculous. So, does that terminate somewhere? Is that an output? That should be an input. I think it was an input and an output, because we were making them over here. Oh, that terminates completely. What is that? Put my ladder way down there. Okay, that's inputs. We took care of all that. Alright. So... that's inputs. This must be... I mean, that's an input. I know these two are inputs, and we're trying not to mess with inputs, but that was the output for it. That was an output for a machine that was making something that was used over there, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, if it's coming off the center line, it's an input. If the spaghetti's over the center line, it was an output, which was this line right here, probably. Nope. And just a sheer amount of belts we just cleaned up. Jeez Louise. It's already looking better under here. Wish I wouldn't have made the damn thing so tall. But we sure as shit ain't changing that now this late in the game. Yeah, I think that's all of the outputs on this side. So let's go take care of all the outputs over here. I've already set up the splitters. I did that before we went to Sam's Club. So all we got to do is get... actually, smart plates are being made over there. Those are being made over there. The copper something over here it is, this section. So we need to get the copper wire, copper sheet, and cable outputs. And this output. We have that set up now, don't we? We have the storage for that set up. We can go ahead and move to that one. Pretty sure that's what this end one is. Yeah. Alright, let's get rid of that container. That's the last one. That was in this bank that was over here. Right, you're an output line, so let's get rid of you. I'm doing this strategically so I don't forget or accidentally delete something that is essential. Alright, so you're kind of simple. You're right here. That's input from there. We probably won't change that. If anything, if we have to clean it up, we'll clean it up. Yeah, that's coming from the center, so that's input. Alright, so this is the next output. What's the next output? That's clearly an input. I think the next outputs are over here. These are all outputs, and luckily they're already merging together. Yeah, they're already merging together right there. That's all input. Here is some more output. For consistency's sake, I'm going to go ahead and change this and make it go that way. And that's the way we'd be expanding machines anyways. Oop. That looked like inputs, didn't it? Those were inputs. That was all for cable. Yep. And this is the main thing we're trying to get over there right now. But, oh shit, it's already going the right direction. Oh, we don't need that one anyways, right? Yeah, if they're all going that way already, we don't need that one. We're about to start using this in that new factory over there, and we don't have any of it. So this is what we're doing away with right now. One of those was, there's the output. I did not run this. I was concentrating. I did not run this outer line out to this point. I'll probably regret that, but it's alright. It's going that way, right? Yeah, it's going that way. I'll start moving my copper wire, or the wire on there. Put this here like this. So there's those outputs, there's that output. We need to expand this, so while we're standing here, and we're going to be needing to wire this in, let's go ahead and throw like one or two more of these down. Just to make sure we have enough cable. And we're going to be running the input up to it anyway, so. Did it do the thing? Oh, it split it. Oh. The belt is what I want. Fucking build. Merger. Why are you not going in there? I'm dumb, aren't I? Oh, it's probably because of that fucking thing right there. Merger. That's all set the cable. Alright, so that's that output goes straight into here. These outputs are going down in here, and these outputs are going down in... Is that all of the outputs except for the far side? I think it is, and we just cleaned an ass ton of cable up. Now we gotta do inputs. We gotta get these outputs done too. This side's been done. This side's been done. Has it? Gumming the shit out of that line, though. I don't know if I like that being there, so I'm not going to wire for that one yet. That's the adaptive control unit, so. I kind of like the idea that I was doing over there, though. Merge it up top. Let's redo this. Let's merge it up top and bring it in over here. I need this merger yet, but I know this is where my next bit of expansion is going to be, so might as well just go ahead and put it there. I might need to run that second belt underneath that one to handle screws and things that are high quantity. This really is bogging down this belt. You know, we've dumped so much shit on it now, and the screws are the main problem. But with this design, it's easy enough to fix that. So right now we'll just get it functional, and then we'll get it optimized a little bit later. When we started doing that with our inputs down here, keeping the high quantity things on a different belt. I'll probably put those roofs back on that now, but maybe not. Alright, so outputs for all these. If we do the same thing. We're going to be hurting for room up here. Right now, at least. I just slow down on the Mark 4 shit. I'm starting to run low on belt or encased things. Hell. It's either change all of them or change this one, so guess what? Let's change this one. I don't even need this one, do I? Alright, sadly that's all the outputs. And the thing that I've been avoiding doing the entire time, it's time to do that. Still actively avoiding doing it. Because it's going to be a fucking mess. I just can already tell. I may need to put more than one sink to help clear the belt. I mean, once we start actually using all this, right now we're still producing it and not using it, so it might be a fact that once we start using it, it gets right. Alright, so this for sure. Let's do proof of concept over here on this side. No, because we got to branch off of this side to get over there. So let's start over here. It's all just one giant mess. Man, what a giant freaking mess. I made it. My mess to live with. It should all be inputs. That seems odd. I want to go up there and check on that. What is going on right here? Oh, those are inputs. I must input two different things. Some of this still may be serviceable, so I'm not tearing it like wicked down. All of these, though. Let me get the rest of this right here first. Got more shit coming there. Got this mess right here. Knowing what needs what's going to be quite interesting. Still haven't exactly came up with how I'm going to do this. Do I do a centralized, like, middle, do I do it on the ground or just ceiling? That's the thing I'm running into. Hang it or suspend it or support it. Were you not on the ceiling? Did I accidentally delete one of those? Kind of like hanging it from the ceiling. But the ground is better to me for moving product. Our outputs are going to be right there, though. Yeah, I think hanging it from the ceiling is going to be the best way to do it. I don't know that we need 20 tiers of this, though. Should be a single belt and use smart splitters. We can start with that and see if we have to expand it. But it also, I don't know that it needs to loop around. It needs to loop around, yes. Should I run it like I've got the other one ran? Around the outer perimeter? What are you doing, Jelly Bean? That would almost be the easiest way to do it. Easy and isn't always the most efficient, though. I really need to be able to peel the stuff off in the specific locations. Yeah, we need more overflows. Look at that overflow over there running. Don't worry about that in a minute. How would I get a ground belt? Jelly Bean. Get out from underneath the thing. How would I get a ground belt to make a loop unless I used an elevator thingy at the edge of it? So if we ran Mark 4 belt, going this direction, I'm gonna hit that fucking rock. God damn it. How much does it clip? Much. That rock is an asshole. I can get it to come back down over here. Please me. Probably just meh. What do we shoot? quick grab what I'm telling you to. Now, how far in front of this did I put it? I put it in this, basically 2. Yeah, a little bit more expansion room over here potentially. Potentially. We got a whole nother truck station right there to bring in. Which I guess that's not as problematic on this side. So let's do it here, because we know we don't have anything right there. How are we getting it over there? Still can't get it straight that way. Get it straight to here. I can still walk under it, and that's the important thing, for me at least. You know, you have to wiggle when you waggle. Oh, we're running it right here. We've already got it kind of going over here. Go check on, make sure we're not backlogging over here right quick. Seems to still be moving along. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was was thinking we had too much shit on that line. Needed another sink. Yeah, we're not going this direction right now. Fucking screws, man. We're going to have to solve that problem. Just find out where our holdups are, our slowdowns are, and maybe put sinks in. I don't know. Yeah, that supply line kind of needs to run all the way out to the edge of that. Puts this sink in the fucking way. Well, we don't need any supply right here, so we can tuck this one in and then bring it back out. Tuck it in, tuck it in. Why you have to do that. We'll get it set up and then we'll redo that. Just bring it on the outside of it. I won't do that. Okay. Getting any plastic. Oh shit. Why don't we have plastic? It's the oil product truck. On his way back right now. When he ate plastic, that's pitiful. Why? We're making way more than 28 plastic. Or should be. We're not making enough fuel, are we? We're not making enough fuel to use up the, yeah, these aren't backlogged. We're not making enough fuel to use up the... Yeah, we're not making enough fuel right here. Residual heavy oil fuel. Correct, none of the conveyors are back up, right? Yeah. This is full. And this is full. Yeah, we're not making enough fuel. Not using up this heavy residual oil. That's why I left room to go over here with this. What else can we use that for? I don't have product production set up on this yet. I think right now we just do residual fuel. Go down one. How much those generators use? We're always needing power. I don't know how much this uses. A random generator just to use the shit up though. I mean, could put a small bit of power production up here. None of this is needed now. Don't necessarily want to get used to having it though. What is this stuff waiting on now? Oh, me to pull the... shit out of it. This really should not be pumping any plastic into this now. That plastic needs to all go into here. Oh shit. Yeah, my inventory's slap full of shit. I'm not gonna put anything we don't have automated in here right now. Who the fuck's at my door? Who was out there ringing the damn doorbell? Some kids probably want some sort of donation. Okay, what was I doing? You can use up what plastic is over here. I think we about used up what Tyrium was over here, I hope. We're not. We started to do production over here, but we're not going to do it over here. There. Yeah, limiters. Where the fuck's all the circuits? I'm not using them yet to craft. Circuit board should be in here. Oh, I see there's a few hundred in 2, 4, 6. These don't use them. Uh-oh, we're about to start using encased beams over here. 20 per minute. just want to make sure they're not getting the output and then just smelted. Synced. Looks like they are, so I'm gonna hold on to them for a minute. No, this is such a wreck. We're doing on fuel, by the way. Alright, so if the products dump out of storage onto this conveyor belt and run around. How do we grab it off of it? And then how do we loop it back around also? I just don't know a good way to do this part of it. No, it seems to come back the other way. The only way I can think to loop it back around is use a lift. Keep it self-contained. No, it was not wrong. Why didn't I make all these 5 high? I gotta take all this down for a minute. There's so much shit on this fucking bears. Oh, I know what those are there for. Those are for dumping stuff onto the line. Let's reevaluate this.